Dao Lianjin saw Farfar from a young age, and he was taught by literally everyone, and he had no personality or opinion. Until a few days ago, he decided to go to university to lose some weight, and there he found a strong young man who was older than him to finish his homework, and he actually stopped talking. But the problem is that he died while doing his homework, but then he was born in another world. He was strong. What could Lian Jin do? Let's find out. Hit like share. Linja, a chubby young man, was bullied. Sad, he studied to become rich. In high school, he joined a club to lose weight but was bullied and kicked out. A muscular guy asked for help with an assignment. Linya seemed distracted. The guy asked, "Hey, are you not listening?" Linya replied, "Sure." He channeled his negative energy into studying hard to become rich. Honestly, he was only good when asleep. In high school, Lianja joined a club to lose weight but was bullied and kicked out. Sad, a muscular guy asked for assignment help. When Lianja pretended to listen, the guy asked, "Are you listening?" Lianja replied, "Sure." He didn't know everyone wanted him to do their assignments. He said yes and cried at his computer late at night. No one paid him. At that moment, he felt heart pain, recalling the doctor's warning, "Lose weight or you'll die from obesity." His heart felt it, and he just sat there, ending his situation. Why is this young man saying something? Hurry, are you not listening? Some stopped saying yes. What he didn't know was everyone in the club wanted him to do their assignments. He agreed and cried at his computer late at night. No one paid him for doing their assignments, which upset him more. He felt heart pain, recalling the doctor saying, "Lose weight or you'll die." His heart felt it, and he just sat there, ending his situation. Got that? There's more. Before he died, he gave the assignment to the muscular young man. Did you get that or what? Wait, there's still a lot more. The important thing is that before our hero died, he decided to give the assignment to the young man, the muscular guy, and the man opened the file. He discovered it was the artist Fifi Abdo. The important thing is that the hero is playing Kyushu ball, and there was a beautiful girl named Shu. And his face looked very different, and he became tall and slim, and he's practicing with the ball, and he's definitely playing with a racket. The important thing is that they walk in the forest for a while. But wait, Mr. Sanya. Let's go back and find out that Linya was training hard. He encounters a huge snake, and when it attacks, Linya must defend himself. To make his girlfriend happy, he tells her they'll have grilled snake meat. Linya starts to skin the snake but finds a note saying, "How can you take my meat?" Linya responds, "I didn't know it was yours, Star." He apologizes, but the young man is displeased and points his sword at Linya, who easily grabs it. The young man seeks revenge, asking, "How can you block my sword?" He attacks with 3 swords, but Linya blocks them effortlessly, continuing his apology. He realizes he won't let him go. Linya replied, "I didn't know it was your meat, Star," and kept apologizing. He tried to point his sword at Linya, but Linya grabbed it easily. Linya kept apologizing, saying, "How can a regular guy like you block my sword?" He attacked again, aiming 3 swords at Linya, but Linya blocked them easily. He asked not to hurt his girlfriend. He prepared more swords, aiming them at Linya again. Linya blocked them too. He said, "You seem strong, man, but you're bursting with a light from our hero that made him shine." But the young man didn't care, and prepared a set of swords, aiming them at Linya again. However, Linya blocked them too. At that moment, the young man was overjoyed and said, "You seem strong, man, but you're bursting with a light coming from our hero that literally made him shine." His girlfriend walked away. Later, Linga and his girlfriend visited his family, but he was bullied. She took him to Linga's unwelcoming house. They flipped out at the sight of snake meat. Everyone was pleased except Linga. Libby said, "You haven't asked about him for 3 hours." Linga replied, "I was busy." Their dad didn't believe him. They were pleased with him. Libby says, "You haven't asked about him." Linga replies, "I was busy." Libby says, "You stepped on the snake meat." He tells our hero he's young and needs to take care of himself. Libby says, "I've outgrown that. Maybe 2 people can protect you." Strangely, his dad tells him to go to hell, but he throws Linga the medal for the Shuntiano Academy, telling him to think about his future. Linga's family was optimistic. To prepare, he just said, "Peace be upon you," and left. The dad reached out saying to take care of Linga, as he's reckless. 2 people can protect him, and he can see his life in a different place. His dad tells him to go to hell, but gives Linga the medal for Shuntiano Academy entrance exams, urging him to think about it. He prepared by saying, "Peace be upon you," and leave. The dad asked to care for Linga, calling him reckless. They will go to the academy to carve their paths. The dad asked her to find Linga's code to save the world. Linga arrives at the academy, surprising everyone with his scarf. Finding the heat is key. Of course, the young men she says yes to, but she lets him down and doesn't know them. From today on, they won't have food, and she and Linga will go to the academy to carve their paths in life. And of course, I don't need to tell you that Linga was upset, and they kept eating snake meat like animals. But before she left, the dad asked her to quickly discover Linga's code, saying that the end of the world is near, and that he's the only one who can save it. The next morning, Linga arrives at the academy, and everyone is surprised at how this kid is tying the scarf around his neck and not feeling it. The important thing is that we find out what the heat is telling them, that they're supposed to put the medal they have in the mouth of that statue. What do they tell them? They're supposed to put the medal they have in the mouth of this statue. His medal is fake, so the statue reacts. His daughter prays, puts her medal in, and it's fine. Linga is scared, fearing the outcome. A young man shouts. His medal is fake, and the lion's mouth closes on his hand. Linga is terrified, but reassures himself. He pulls his hand out, hears someone say, "Come on, buddy, I'm looking for you." Linga puts the medal in the lion's mouth. It seems genuine. Suddenly, the lion's eyes turn red, indicating it's fake, and it closes on his hand. Linga breaks free. Apologizing doesn't fix the... As soon as he pulls his hand out of the lion's mouth, he hears Hala saying, "Come on, buddy, I'm looking for you." And when Linga puts the medal in the lion's mouth, it gives him a sign that the medal is genuine. But suddenly, the lion's eyes turn red, which means it's fake, and immediately it closes its mouth on our hero's hand. But Linga didn't let that opportunity slip away, and he managed to break free. Of course, our hero kept trying to escape for a long time. But apologizing wouldn't fix the statue, and the gods were after our hero, wanting to finish him off. But at that moment, Shiva intervened and asked them to calm down. She told them that the break could be fixed and that his medal was genuine. When the god looked at the medal to confirm it was indeed genuine, he realized that there was nothing like it and that he was the only one with this version. So they let our hero and Shiva pass. After a while, we see the teachers who will test the young people, and they notice that there are strong young people around. They are present, and there's also a very beautiful item, and everyone was focused on it, even the teachers who were going to test them. Our hero was training in medicine, but it felt like a challenge. Teachers doubted he'd pass his exam. Teacher Chang announced the exam and would guide students. Unbothered, our hero played with medicine. Annoyed, Chang told him, "Respect us." The hero replied, "Let go." Teacher Chang is annoyed and tells him, "Come on, respect us." The hero replies, "Let go of the rope first." Jojo was surprised by the new student's courage. Our hero prepares for the first exam. Chang asks our hero to hit him with his strongest punch to test it. When asked to punch, our hero warned, "Be careful, I'm strong." Unfortunately, our hero did hit him, and it was a powerful shot. He absorbed all hits, unaffected. Inside, Chang asked for the strongest punch, thinking it weak. Warned, "Careful, uncle, I'm strong." Chang laughed, but the punch shocked everyone, even Linji. Chang foolishly asked if he passed. Surprised by the punch, Chang asks our hero to punch. "Be careful, uncle, I'm very strong." Chang laughed but was hit hard. He asked if he passed the exam. Chang, upset, asked for a stomach hit, not the face. Our hero dodged. Our hero said, "In the name of God," and hit him hard in the stomach. Chang stood still, amazed, but had fainted, so another teacher intervened. Surprised by his punch and confidence, the situation was strange. Chang gets up, runs to our hero, asking to be hit in the stomach, not the face. Our hero dodges. Chang prepares another punch. Our hero says, "In the name of God," and hits him hard in the stomach. Chang stands, fainting while standing. Another teacher intervenes, shouting to get him out. Everyone realized he passed his first exam. Karma approaches, introducing himself as one of the strongest. He boasts about his powers. Everyone respects our hero and tries to get close, but he has social anxiety. Jojo approaches our hero. But since they didn't know that he was arguing, he fainted while standing, so the other one decided to intervene. He shouted until the first exam was over. Kama, strong, introduced himself. Our hero had social anxiety. Jojo said, "Don't think you'll steal the spotlight. There are many days ahead," then left. The teacher used the remote, causing chaos. The second exam began, tied to a candle in Chang's mouth. Monsters gathered, and they seemed to be losing. It was a minute ago, and she was telling him, "Don't think that you will take the spotlight from me," and that there are many days between them. And she left him and walked away. And then he was visiting the teacher and telling the boys that the exam was over. Suddenly, he started to search for the remote control he had with him, and suddenly an earthquake happened that left everyone under the ground. In addition to that, there was a warning. The students were surrounded, and the teacher informed them that this was the second exam. Whoever passes this exam will be really strong, and the duration of the exam would be determined by the candle in Chang's mouth. They had to fight until the candle burned out. The exam began, and the monsters started gathering around the students, and honestly, it looked like they were losing. And there was Kama, who was among them, but he was a bit ahead. On the other side, we see Jojo dodging all the attacks, and honestly, she looked really impressive. Meanwhile, our hero was taking down all the monsters with ease, which made him very popular. However, he was also getting annoyed because he was overshadowing the monsters that Kama was trying to defeat. As you know, our hero follows the principle of apologizing and fixing things. Everything was fine until he decided to retire. He finds Changa's teacher after waking from his coma and starts using the remote to create new monsters. We don't know their escape plan. Even Mo was on their side. "It's a shame, they'll die." Changa replied, "Let them die then." "Is Murad your sister?" He was upset with Langa and had to fail the exam. A monster attacked Langa, but he dodged all hits. Our hero apologized. Changa controlled all the monsters with the remote, and in the end, Changa tells him, "Okay, give me the mark for Machiavelli." "Murad is your sister or what?" They said that he was very upset with the Langa and that he had to fail the exam. A monster attacked Langa, but he dodged all hits. Changa controlled the monsters. Our hero jumped and smashed the monsters' heads. Langa dodged them and used arrows to reach Jojo. She was surprised and asked his intent. He used her as a shield. Everyone was happy, because the monsters attacked only Langa, and they said they passed the exam easily, but they didn't know Jojo was also preparing against the monsters. Let's get back to our hero. He took a deep breath, jumped, and started smashing the monsters' heads. Everyone was thrilled, except Changa, who wasn't happy. He kept pressing buttons, sending monsters to face our hero. However, he dodged them easily and used arrows to... He dodged her, using arrows to reach Jojo. She asked what he wanted. Unbeknownst to her, he used her as a shield. Jojo said, "Get your hand off me, kid." He replied, "I have no other way to protect myself." Jojo was about to strike, but Langa escaped. Jojo swore if he got close again, she'd break his head. She was chasing them. The others ran with "Run, Magdi," while the guys wondered why monsters weren't attacking. They were odd. Monsters would come. They'd be upset, and still upset if they didn't. Our hero noticed tension with Changa, took a deep breath. Come closer to her again. She'll break his brain. But at that moment, he's already running after them. The ones who were running with the principle of "Run, Magdi," and on the other side, the guys were surprised that the monsters weren't attacking them. They were suspicious that this exam was specifically designed for Langa and Jojo. Honestly, they were a strange bunch. Monsters would come after them, and they would get upset if they did, and they would still get upset if they didn't. The important thing is that our hero noticed the tension in Changa's hair, and at that moment, we see him take a very deep breath, to the point that everyone was gasping from the air being pulled in. Even Changa and Mo were affected by it, to the point that their hair stands on end, and that makes Khalid Sheng really angry. He wanted to mock Langa, but Langa apologized. "No offense, aunt, but the candle above you is out, meaning the exam is over. This kid is a devil." Everyone was happy for Langa except Jojo, who got angry and left. A well-known person appeared, the academy's dean. Everyone was surprised by his hair, but a student said the dean was strong. At that moment, a very well-known person appeared, and we find out that he is the dean of the academy. Everyone was surprised because of his strange hair, but one of the distinguished students informed them that the dean was a very strong young man who had dealt with all the devils in his time, and they had to respect themselves and respect him as well. The important thing is that the dean asked our hero for his name. Of course, our hero answers, but he notices that the thank you is hidden on the roof of the house and is surprised at how the dean is visiting at this time. Then she uses a communication technique with our hero and tells him that the dean's hair exploded because of him and asks him to solve the issue. Immediately, our hero takes the situation lightly and puts some of the dean's hair on the ground. The heroes didn't realize the dean was hit on the head. "You fool! Know the difference between a wig and a hidden weapon." Changa fell, and our hero was happy. The dean pulled the arrow from his head, blood burst out, and he entered the field. Kabi announced he passed the second exam, and the third round starts tomorrow. The young people were happy, but faced a problem. Where was Changa? The young men escaped, but were scared. "Let's finish these two groups first," and looked at the truck that was... Changa fell, stopping the fuss. The dean pulled the arrow from his head, blood burst out, and he took his place. Kabi announced the second exam was passed, and the third round would start tomorrow. They faced a problem. Where was Changa? He forgot about the lurking monsters. The young man, pointed out by our hero earlier, discovered this. The young men escaped the monsters, but were scared. When asked to take a break, he told Lingo, "Let's finish these two groups first." But they faced a problem. Where was Changa? The young men escaped the monsters. Our hero trained. "Let's finish these two groups first." They loved him and wanted to give him something, but her legs hit a stone. Lingo caught her. Jojo heard a sound. She saw his shadow. Jojo felt it was a trap. She didn't know our hero was just hanging a rope. By God, they love it, and they went to give it to him, but unfortunately her feet kept hitting the brick. What did our hero do to her? Lingo grabbed her, while Jojo, eager to learn, watched our hero. She heard a sweet sound from his place, and saw his shadow near Shiawa. Jojo suspected a trap, but a shadow confirmed something was wrong. Unaware, our hero was just hanging a metal chain. Shiawa slipped, knocking over a bottle. Jojo thought it was unreal. Meanwhile, our hero checked on his girlfriend, who needed help. He opened the closet for assistance, but Jojo burst in, declaring, "Surrender! The place is surrounded." Seeing our hero move closer, she said, "Take the body? Go ahead, jerk. Cratron and clean the place." But unfortunately, Cratron and clean the place. She was slipping and knocking over a bottle, and at that moment, Jojo told herself that this couldn't happen. On the other hand, our hero was checking on his girlfriend, but she needed help instead of this mess. So, our hero opened the closet and was getting her some help. But at that moment, Jojo burst into their room and said, "Surrender! The whole place is surrounded." When she saw our hero getting closer to something, she told him, "You want to take the body? Go ahead, you jerk." Shiawa asks, "Are you feeling hot?" Our hero gets angry and tells Jojo to calm down and stop making noise. Jojo points her sword at him, but he dodges easily. Jojo hits him with her sword, but he strikes back, making her go crazy. She falls, and he suspects something. She claims he hit her head, causing memory loss. When she faints, he takes her home. On the way, she regains consciousness, so he hits her head again. Someone sees and suspects them. At Jojo's place, he apologizes, but when she wakes again, he hits her harder, unsure of what to do. She died, but the round and we ended it. She tells him that he hit her on the back of the head. He made her lose her memory, and when our hero confirmed that she had fainted, he decided to take her with him to his room. But on the way, Jojo started to regain consciousness, so our hero hit her on the back of her head again and continued on his way. Unfortunately, someone saw him and was suspicious that they were connected. After a while, our hero reached Jojo's room and apologized for everything that happened, but when he noticed she was starting to regain consciousness again, he hit her once more. But this time, the hit was a bit stronger, and our hero didn't know what to do. I'm suspicious I remembered it keeps coming back to me, that's why. God apologized once again, but he was surprised to find himself surrounded by monkeys. He immediately grabbed the space and kept wiping it. On the other side, we see the young man that Linya pointed out standing with someone named Jana, who we learn is Xiaowa's cousin, and is very upset with Xiaowa for leaving him and going to Linja. When Jana asks about Linja, Jana already knows him and has seen that this young man got everything he wanted in an instant. Xiaowa's cousin asks Jana to take care of Linya, and what's strange is that Jana agrees. But I saw that this brother will not forget the misfortune of the elections. Sun agreed. Jana used his power to handle the snake and heal Sun's hand. Sun was impressed, saying, "Your energy is really impressive." The genie appeared and warned him of the danger from the power unleashed yesterday. Jana confidently replied, "No one in this world can defeat me." In the past, this young man was an ordinary student at Blue Store. A bus accident changed his life, transferring him to a new family. The genie warns Jana of the ring's danger. Jana says, "No one can defeat me. My name alone is enough." Jana was an ordinary student until a bus accident changed his life, placing him with a new family. Discovering a genie ring changed everything. The genie warned about Linya's strength. While cleaning, our hero left. Jana found Jojo asleep, suspecting Jojo cleaned the room. A young man, once a student at Blue Store, had his life changed by a bus accident. He moved to a new family and accepted this change. His genie ring made him realize nothing else mattered, but the genie warned about Linya. While cleaning, he sensed someone and left. Jana found Jojo asleep, thinking she cleaned the room, showing love. He planned to act but hesitated, thinking she might be asleep. After 3 hours, he found the genie ring. The genie advised reconsidering Linya. He cleaned the room but left sensing someone. Jana found Jojo asleep thinking, what a distant dream, suspecting Jojo cleaned the room, meaning she loved him. He wanted to act but waited, thinking she might be asleep. 3 hours later, Jojo was still asleep. He asked his genie, who said the house's damage caused delays. Jana said, "This is my room's cleanliness, O Emperor. I must thank her." He remembered his first aid courses, sat to perform a procedure, but Jojo woke up to this awkward scene, which gave him a respectable relationship. His hand meant she loved him, so he moved forward. He waited, thinking she might be asleep. After 3 hours, Jojo was still asleep. He asked his genie, who said the house was damaged, delaying them. Jana thanked her for the room's cleanliness. He remembered his first aid courses. He sat to perform his procedure, but Jojo woke up to this awkward scene. Linya heard the hit, and she asked Jana not to go anywhere, as it would embarrass him more. Jana comforted him. When he felt Jana was delusional, they realized Jojo didn't love him and had entered the wrong room. We sat on the ground. Linya asked Jana not to go anywhere. Jana comforted him, to the point that Linya heard the sound of the hit, and before Jojo could leave, she asked Jana not to go anywhere she was, to avoid embarrassing him more. At that moment, his face looked like a map, but Jana didn't leave and kept comforting him. However, when he felt that Jana was living in a delusion, they realized that Jojo didn't love him and that she had entered the wrong room, nothing more. Fardaliash told him, "Shut up. You don't know what it means to be sensitive." Jojo is upset after sleeping wrong and facing Linga. She recalls everything and seeks proof Linga is a demon, screaming and waking everyone. The third exam time arrives, but teachers are absent, and our hero is indifferent, training while his girlfriend cheers, "Live, baby." Jojo appears, no longer with our hero, causing doubt. The witness insists he saw them, but a genie threatens him to stay silent. Ghana died because the genie advised him to be mysterious for love. Teachers finally announced the live or die exam to test performance, with Dean Yuching evaluating. He was training, girlfriend cheering, "Live, baby." Jojo appeared, not our hero, causing doubt. No witness found. I saw them. Genie warned, "Speak, I'll finish you." Ghana died. Genie advised mystery for love. Teachers announced, live or die exam. Fight to the end. Dean Yuching evaluating. Bilebi asked, new shake hairstyle? Test began. Sony sent message, 38. A genie warned him, stay silent or I'll finish you off. Ghana died because the genie advised him to be mysterious for love. Teachers announced the live or die exam, with Dean Yuching evaluating. Our hero was in a parallel world, and Bilebi asked about his hairstyle. The test began when he touched the statue, and his father, Sony, sent a message with the number 38. What does it mean? Can they save Linga, or will plans be ruined? Is the genie right? I doubt it. Do you like the story? Get it to 1,000 likes for part 2. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Don't forget to pray for my father and your brothers in need, and share this to support us. At that time, our hero was in a parallel world, and Libyan said to him, did you change the hair permit as a sheikh or what? The problem is that he was listening to him and immediately started the test. As soon as our hero put his hand on the statue, Sunny's father took advantage of the opportunity and threw a message at our hero. It had the number 38 written on it. I wonder what the number 38 is and what do you expect to happen? Is it possible that they will manage to get Naja out of the competition at the last moment, or is it possible that he will dazzle them and foil all their plans? But more importantly, is the genie right? Honestly, I'm sure he's not. But what I want to know is, do you like the story or not? If you do, I want you to get it to 1,000 likes on the first day. If you can do that, the second part will be out very soon. But for now, that's enough for today. I'll see you in the next video. But most importantly, don't forget to pray for my father and to pray for your brothers in need. And share this in the channel because it supports us to keep going. And watch this video because I'm sure you like it very much and you subscribe to a new channel because recently it has been posting some really awesome content and the channel has grown to over 100,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so it can keep going. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.